year I was 11th grade in Yeshiva, and he came, we were surprised. Somebody, such a Talmud Chacham, he came in, a young Talmud Chacham. The other ones we saw in Yeshiva, of course, were older, Slabodka Talmidim, Grace Talmid Chachamim, European, but an American born. He knew English so well, he knew English better than us. He came in and he spoke, and his Torah was so clear, so geschmack. So from the first day, we just wanted to be like the Rebbe. We wanted to emulate such a person, someone who was so great. So the way he darshan, the way he said over the taste with such a geschmack, such a chlorkai. We all wanted to be like the Rebbe. We wanted to be. This is the person we want to be like. We wanted to just say this is what the Torah is all about. This is what a person should be. This is what avodah is about. I know that when the Rebbe came in the first years, so I portrayed the Rebbe in the Purimshvil. I was the Rebbe in the Purimshvil. I remember it. Somebody called me up from New York the other day. They said they remember when the Rebbe was lifted. They said they remember I was the Rebbe in the Purimshvil. So sometimes you portray someone in the Purimshvil. So sometimes the person doesn't like it so much. It's Purim, So the Rebbe came over afterwards. He gave me a smash on the back. He gave me a pat on the back. Well, what happened? Was I good? Was I bad? So the Rebbe with a big smile, he said, "You did a good job. You did a good job." The Rebbe said, "You did a good job." Okay. He gave me a scolding. So I wasn't sure if the Rebbe maybe he really meant it, or maybe I took him Purim on the Yoda. I wasn't sure. But I saw that shmeichel. I saw it in his eyes. I saw it lighting up. That was just one experience. I saw that he made me feel good. We'll talk about, especially, if he said it, Alicia said over by, when they had Novi, he kept saying, Avi, Avi, Rebbe. So I said, Avi, Avi. Especially when I talk about, this was mentioned by all the wonderful Hesped that I heard. They all spoke about the godless of the Rebbe. But I want to speak about a little bit more just about the Avi, the kesher that he had with myself and all the Talmidim of Chicago. I think about all the Talmidim, the MS program, the English Masbirei Torah, and the Talmidim Bichlal, all the Talmidim who felt so close, all the Talmidim who felt close all the years. So you want to speak about that, how we felt Avi, how he was our father. It was Boshit. When Baruch Hashem had a good father, a wonderful father. He was a wonderful person, and I was a Torah, I was Talmid Chachamim. But I had another father also, and the Rebbe was my father. And I thought, he was the shliach, he was the shliach of the Rachmana. He had the shlichus from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu also, as we say in the bracha, is a malamed Torah of Israel. He's a malamed. So a Rebbe is a malamed. You say a Rebbe. He was a Rebbe in Novaminsker. He was a Rebbe. But it was also the Rebbe was malamed Torah of Israel. That we always felt him as the Rebbe. When I used to call him up on the telephone, and when I called him very often, so it was hard for me to say the Rebbe. I just say Rebbe, because Rebbe was my Rebbe. I just felt, that was a kesher. It was such a kesher of Ava. Kesher of Ava. And the Rebbe, we say in the brachas, Avraham. You talk about Kodesh Baruch Hu, it says Avraham, there is Avraham. Special love. Avinu Avraham. Hamarachem Rachem Aleinu. To say to the Bein Lahovi La'askil. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us, that was when he gave over the Torah with Ava. That's what the Rebbe gave us over. He gave us over to Ava. So I wanted to share some of the things that I felt, and just a couple of the ma'asim, because the Igor the Speda is you have to be it says over to make a person as the course says in brachas. The Igor is to make a person maybe to cry. I always feel every day I feel maybe I should cry, but the Rebbe wouldn't want me to cry. The Rebbe wants to go weiter. But this give and the Rebbe used to always say, you got to see what the matzah is and go weiter. You got to go weiter. The Rebbe said you got to be a soldier. You can't stop. So I want to cry, but on the other hand, I got to go weiter. So I was thinking some of the things just to share, some of the ma'asim that I wanted to share, to tell you how I feel, and how I feel every day when I think about the Rebbe. And I have a big picture of him. I go in my dining room, I look at the Rebbe, and I say, what do you want from me, Rebbe? What do you want? And I say, I remember the first mechina, I went into the side room of the Hesped, the back of the Hesped. For some reason, I don't know why we were there. Usually we had a classroom, but here was the back of the Hesped. And I walked in the first mechina, it was a private mechina. Every bocher at that time, he took us in privately. So he said to me, for good bocher, I give a good special mechina. So I remember I looked at him, I said, Rebbe, what's it got to do with me? So I remember he looked at me, he smiled. He smiled, he looked at his eyes, so yeah, anyway, I don't know if it was a good bocher, it wasn't a good bocher, but he made me feel good. He made me feel good. That was the key that I always felt about Rebbe. He made you feel good. He made you feel like $1 million. That was the thing. My mother was very sick in those years. She was very sick. She had myelofibrosis, a very bad blood disease. And we went one time In those days, there was a custom that you can donate blood. So you donate blood, and I remember maybe a chabura, a boy from the yeshiva, maybe a minion. We went to give blood in the hospital. So we went maybe a minion, something like that. We went to the hospital, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, the Rebbe was there too. The Rebbe also, he took up the rectal, he took up his sleeve, and he also went and he gave us blood, also gave that, the holy blood. Maybe that's my mother had many more years after that. She had the blood, and they gave her that particular blood, but he gave it, we understood it was the blood, sweat, and tears the Rebbe gave him. I remember the first day when Rabbi Soloveitchik came to the yeshiva. Rabbi Soloveitchik came in 1966, I believe. He came to the yeshiva in the back of his medrash, and he said a shir, and they are like, 7 kashas. I remember he came in. So the Rebbe says, you can learn from this person. He's a Golden Torah. I remember the Rebbe said it. He said, you can learn from him. He's a Golden Torah. Because the Rebbe learned by Michael Berlin. So I remember that chorus that day, the Rebbe had, first of all, and that chorus, the Rebbe himself was on Gadol. He told me this Rebbe, and his Rebbe was on Gadol. So I understood already it was a lesson to know what your Rebbe, and he says, and listen to what he says. And I understood from that the lesson, you gotta, when you have an Alton Gadol, you gotta listen every word. Later on, I get many basic Rabbanim and basic Rosh Hashivas that taught me, and you gotta listen carefully. Sometimes they didn't listen so carefully. He said, you gotta listen to what they say. And then he told over, he said over, we were learning Psachim, I remember, in Arab Psachim. So I had a little aura and a Taisus, and I'm going to say a Rambam sheet. I remember in those days, we were talking about a Meiser 55 years ago. So I told him a little aura to Perlow, to Rabbi Perlow. I said, a little aura. Right away, he ran over to Rabbi Soloveitchik. He told Rabbi Soloveitchik, he said, this Bocher said this aura in the Rambam. I guess he felt, the brisker one here, aura and Rambam. So he said, I had said this to the rest of them, to think about it. A little Bocher said a little aura and a Rambam. So he said to run over to tell him. But that's what he made us feel. He made us feel, he said, why do we want to go on and learning? Why do we want to always study? Because the Rebbe made us feel like $1 million. He made us feel that was the feeling that we always had. We came in to see him, to see the shir, to see how we have to talk. This was the feeling. So I say in many things, we talk about the greatness of the Rebbe, but I felt like the Rebbe was my father. I know that when I came in, I was going to get a contract. I became Rosh Yeshiva in the Yeshiva at Skokie. So, contract, my father was a lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer. I didn't know how to write a contract. So I didn't know exactly what the Kuda, I should write this, that. So I called the Rebbe, he says, let me see the contract. Send me a copy for the contract. I sent him a copy, so every line in the contract he went over. Every line, every Nakuda, every spot. He said this and that, maybe, I don't know if he told me about the salary, but I hope he did. I told him, every line he went over to tell me, to explain, to say, who could tell him who would do this? What Rebbe? There was a Rebbe 50 years ago who's talking. No, because the Rebbe is a father. He says, Avraham Banim. So he cared about it, So that's, when a person has something like that. Many years I had a dream, I wanted to build a yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael. I wanted to build this yeshiva. I wanted many years. I only came to Skokie for 2 years. I'm still there 38 years later, but I went for 2 years. I told my wife we're coming for 2 years to Chicago or go back to Eretz Yisrael. But I'm still here. I don't know. I'm still here. So I had a dream though. One time, my father was nifter. I wanted to build this yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael. Zichron Yosef, my father's name. And the Rebbe was asking, okay, you want to do it? I think they gave me a letter. They can build a yeshiva there. So I was running around like a sugar there. That's not unusual. I was running around trying to build this yeshiva. And it was, shopping geld and this and that. I was trying to do it. We had an ikub. There was a certain ikub at that time. There was a shaila. I went to ask Gedolim in Israel. I went to Shmuel Auerbach. I went to Bolba. There was a suffix amongst the Rosh Yeshiva there. So should do it that time. Shouldn't do it. So I came back to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe, I remember talking on the telephone. It was a conversation with the Rebbe, and the Rebbe, my wife was on the phone, and the Rebbe says, he says to my wife, what do you say? So my wife says, what do you say? You're the Rebbe. And the Rebbe says, what do you say? You're the wife. So I learned at that time a lesson. The Rebbe, I'm going to there, said, what does the wife say? He wanted to ask me. That was a lesson that I learned. He said, you got to ask the wife. And he said, what does she say? And she said, well, what does the Rebbe say? That was a lesson. Many lessons I learned by the Rebbe. So many lessons. So many things I taught. When I went to Los Angeles, I remember I first came to Los Angeles to become a Rebbe, and then I came to the yeshiva over there in Los Angeles, and they told me, the Rabbi told me, no, don't come to this yeshiva. It's not a good place. All the Rabbi, they came, they swarmed, they said, no, it's not good, it's not good. They told me all kinds of things, it's not good over here. They said, even the annual dinner is not kosher. They scared me. I didn't know what to do. I was going to this place. The Rebbe said, it's okay for you. It's okay. You'll be all right over there. The Rebbe told me it was okay. He told me Skokie would be good for you. He told me Kirby was good. Every place I always asked him. And his piece of advice I always listen to, because I felt, when your father tells you something, you better listen. You better listen. That was the lessons that I learned so many times. I saw how much he cared. He cared so much. And every time I just, make the phone call, the 718-436-4133, and he picks up the phone himself. Not, not all these answering machines and tell you, this and that, this. No, the Rebbe picked up the phone himself. And sometimes he'd say, answer, somebody say, call me back at 10:15. But always answering. How can he answer? He has thousands and thousands of people. He's running the Journal of America. He's Torah Sarah. He's running so many organizations. The Rebbe always had time because he's a father. The father we know Avraham. That's what I say now. When I say, how can you think about such a loss? But I said again, the Rebbe said you got to be a soldier. So even though the Rebbe's gone, but Chaim Levitch used to say, you don't say over what the Rebbe said. You have to say over what you think the Rebbe would want to say in the situation. He always used to say over it from Yerucham. He used to say over the Torah from Yerucham. He said, how do you know the Torah from Yerucham? You never heard of Shmuz Rabbi Yerucham. He said, but he knew what Rabbi Yerucham wanted to say. He understood Rabbi Yerucham. So I have to understand what the Rebbe wanted me to do in my whole life. And that's the lesson for me and for all of us Talmidim who were in yeshiva with him. And we all felt the same way. He was our father, Avraham. So I just asked Rabbi Shalom that he should take this Rebbe, who was all our Rebbe, and keep giving us the Eitz Taiva that he gave us